Hello and welcome to my presentation on the community-based healthy eating. The topics today are in discussion will be the importance of healthy eating, metabolism and the food model. This will be based on 12 to 16 year olds. So what is the importance of healthy eating? The NHS in 2017 defined this as eating a wide variety of foods in the right proportions and consuming the correct amount of food and drink to achieve and maintain a healthy body weight. What do other people perceive as healthy eating? So, Paquetti in 2005's article, it stated that the public's perception of healthy eating seems to be influenced by the dietary guidance, and this recommends vegetables, fruits, meats, limitations of fats, and salt should all be eaten through a variety of moderation. And House Sue and Levi Milne in 2006 has said that the benefits of this healthy eating is for good appearance, healthy weight and good physical appearance. These were the strong factors that a lot of people said from the public on a simple survey, and that's what a lot of people want to see and what they perceive as healthy eating. Some of the benefits that healthy eating has is it helps to reduce the chance of getting health problems such as obesity, hypertension, high blood cholesterol, insulin resistance. It also helps to prevent chronic diseases such as coronary heart disease, strokes, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, and cancers of any type, because you can get any types of cancers from this. It also helps lower calorie intake, so that if you want to lose that weight, then it makes it a lot easier by having that healthy diet. It can also help increase energy levels. There's a lot of foods I've spoken about just there before, such as your broccoli, your fruit and veg, etc. That has a lot of energy which can get you going through the day, whereas other foods might not. This was from Stevenson et al. 2007 and Enekwi and Rahovsky 2013. There's also an economic benefit from healthy eating, and this is found from Eneki and Rahovsky in 2013 also, and they said that it was a longer life expectancy, and they've also found that productivity in life will increase, so you want to be more productive in your work or just in general in your sports or whatever. It also helps you save money instead of paying for medical bills, whereas if you're living in America, for example, they still pay for healthcare, which is a very big factor. So by having healthy eating, then you could save a lot of money through this. And it's less likely to suffer a disease. As I said just before, it's good health. Really, that's what's the main thing. Like less diseases, less high cholesterol, less just good health all around. So the 5-a-day exclusion was part from the NHS website, which I found from 2018, and they have 4 main reasons I've put here as part of this. Number 1 was fruit and vegetables are a good source of vitamins and minerals. These include like vitamin C, your potassium, that include a lot of energy and they keep you going for the day. And number 2, they've got a great source of fibre within these, and this helps your gut. It helps prevent problems such as constipation. It also helps combat cancers, bowel cancers in particular, because it's mainly in your stomach area, and that's quite high in today's society. Number 3, it also helps refuse the risk of getting diseases such as heart diseases, strokes, etc. Also, number 4, the fruit and vegetables I mentioned, these help to contribute to a good and healthy balanced diet. So having even just one of your 5 a day Then it helps towards having a healthy diet and a feel good factor, have more energy, as I've said. You start to feel better about yourself. They're the main things. And they're also a low calorie food, and this helps towards your diet and to keeping healthy, as I said. But mainly the low calorie foods. They're good for you. Just yeah. The RMR and the BMR. So the RMR is the resting metabolic rate, and this is a rate in which your body burns its energy as a stop or resting rate, and that was from Hogan and et al. In 2003. And the BMR is the basal metabolic rate, and this is the amount of calories that are needed in order for the body to breathe, circulate, and to produce cells around your body. And that was from Lazare and et al. In 2010. So in order to estimate this of the RMR and the BMR, the Harris-Benedict equation is often used to help this. So men is 88.362 plus 13.397 times your weight in kilograms plus 4.799 in height in centimeters minus 5.677 times the age in years. And it's quite similar to the women, 447.93 plus 9.247 times your weight in kilograms plus 3.098 in times your height in centimeters and minus 4.330 times the age in years. And this just shows us to estimate the type of rate we're looking at. By having this equation in place, it makes it easier for us to judge the two types of rate there is. It makes it easier to track what we're looking at, to see what your rates are, what your resting rate is, and what your basal metabolic rate is. So it's easy to keep track of, and that's how we rate these. So some examples of some healthy foods that I've found. There's loads of plenty of vegetables, fruit and veg, and these are mainly beans and legumes, and these help us to protect against cardiovascular disease, which is a high thing at the minute. Like a lot of people are getting it in today's society. Whole grain cereals are another good type of healthy food, and these contain a lot of valuable proteins, fibre, vitamin B, E, iron, zinc, magnesium, phosphorus. And these help towards preventing infections, and they help your muscle growth, and they also add a healthy diet, and just give you that extra energy, as well as keeping on top of healthiness. Another type of food which is good for you is poultry, eggs, fish, etc. And these associate with being high in protein. So these have a high range of nutrients that help towards the well-being of your body, and keeping you strong, basically. Omega-3 is also included, which helps prevent diseases, which is another good thing. Plain yogurt, which is, I know it's on the sweet side possibly, but that is on the plain side. Has a lot of benefits. It's a good source of many nutrients, calcium, and there's a lot of protein, iodine, vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin B12, and zinc. So this is high in calcium as well, where you're getting your strong teeth, strong bones, and overall it's good for you. And I found this from the Australian Dietary Guidelines in 2013. Metabolism. So metabolism is the chemical reaction in the body cells that changes food into energy, and that was from Devaraj in 2013. After we eat, the digestive system uses these enzymes to help break down the proteins and amino acids. So then we turn the fat into little fatty acids, and then that gets turned into carbohydrates, into simple sugars such as glucose, and that was from Hirsch in 2019. So what is catabolism and anabolism? That's an also thing, part of metabolism. And catabolism is the breakdown of the molecules to obtain the energy, and anabolism is the synthesis of all compounds needed by those cells. So there's three types of metabolism, and the first one I'm going to talk about is endotroph. These tend to have larger types, and they're larger build. They gain fat very easy for these types, and they tend to have very strong muscles. These body types should be careful in what they eat though, due to how easy it is for them to put on weight. It's very easy for them. And their metabolism rate of the body is very slow, and it means it takes a lot longer to digest that food. And in order for these body types to lose that weight, they will need to exercise more often than the other types, and this will be due to how easy it is to put the weight on. And that was from Higuera in 2017. Mesomorph is the second type I'll talk about, and these are characterized by having broad shoulders, thin waist, large muscle mass, and low body fat. They have no trouble in what they eat, meaning can mix between foods. The even weight distribution, they're fairly muscly, and they have a stable metabolism rate, which isn't too slow but isn't too quick, so they can eat what they want, but they can also be healthy at the same time, and that obviously you want to push towards being that healthy side, because it has more long-term effects on you being healthy. So that's the third and final type of metabolism is ectomorph, and Chiraza BP in 2006 pointed out that it's hard for an ectomorph to gain weight, and also, which is very true, it's often categorized as being thin frame, so you're very thin, and I find it very difficult to gain that muscle in the fat, because their metabolism is so quick. They can burn that energy and them calories really fast, so that's how they remain so obviously small built. They're fairly small built. That's how they remain so small. And that was from Zerf in 2020. So in order to improve these type of metabolisms, or to try and get it better, or try and change that, ectomorphs, the diet of an ectomorph would need to be higher in calories. So before what they'd already be eating. So we'd look at the percentages between 20 to 25% of being protein, 50-55 carbohydrates, and 25 to 30 is fats. So these will all function to help an ectomorph gain that little bit more weight, but also become more healthier in the process, by putting a little bit of muscle on or a little bit of extra fat. That could help them a lot, instead of being too slim or too skinny. And mesomorphs, if they decide to go with the wrong high calorie deficit and relatively sedentary behaviour, this will slowly make them look more like an endomorph, and that's not what you want to go down with. And if they decide to go for a high exercise and low calorie diet, then they'll start to look like an ectomorph. And the mesomorphs, they'll tend to have a similar trait to ectomorphs, meaning they'll tend to eat what they like, and their body will be okay with that. However, we do want to keep that healthy diet going with your fruit and vegetables, as I say, your yogurts, your plain ones, your fish, just staying on that type of road and not going off track. And also the endomorphs, the best solution for endomorph is to resort to a low calorie deficit. This should be like a low fat, high protein diet with low percentage of carbohydrates. So the percentages that they want to go on if they want to try a diet is 30-35% protein, 15-20 fat, and 40-45 carbs. And this will help lower that metabolism rate of their bodies and start to lose weight over time. Obviously, the more you go into that healthy eating, then the better you start to look, and then I think that will help in the endomorphs as well. And that was them three suggestions were from Damien in 2006 and Florescu in 2016. Now we'll talk about the food models, and this is the Eat Well plate, and this is from the NHS in 2019. So to start with, on the first corner of the model will be fruit and veg, and this is obviously, as I mentioned earlier, this is the aim is to at least 5 fruit and 5 vegetables a day. So, and obviously by having these fruit and vegetables, these contain the vitamins, the minerals, these help fight bacteria, they help fight infections, and obviously they're also very healthy and they're good for your well-being. They've got a lot of energy. They keep you going for a lot of the time during the day. They can fill you up as well. By having these, you'll definitely look at being a healthier person. On the other corner is carbohydrates. So these consist of potatoes, rice, bread, and other starchy carbohydrates. And these should be your base of your meal. And they should take over from about 1/3 of what you eat. And by having these in your diet, there's high fibers, there's high energy, that'll keep you going. Just like as I said before in the green model, that'll keep you going for a long time. And they're all good for you, but not to overeat them, because then that's when you start to notice. Then it won't become healthy if you overeat them. So protein is the next stage of this model. So we're talking about meat, eggs, fish, things like that, your nuts and things like lentils and that. And these are like high protein, obviously. And this should be your basic meals, like the main part. So when you're having this, these are normally tend to be high in vitamins and minerals. But when you are eating meat, try and choose leaner meat, healthier meat, and not like the processed ones like your McDonald's or your frozen ones from stuff like that. Dairy is the next part in the corner. So this is like your milk, cheese, yogurt, and these should be consumed daily. And if there was trying to go for like an alternative, so you could have soya milk, non-dairy yogurt. These are type of alternatives, like in case you have an allergy, intolerance, and things like that. You can also use these as like possibly try use lower fat and lower sugar contents, by possibly having less sugar cheese or less percentage fat cheese. And these will be a lot better for you than your typical full fat. The other corner is unsaturated spreads and oils. So these are like your healthier fats, such as your vegetables and your sunflower oils that you tend to cook with your chicken in or something like that. And these do have high energy. But yeah, as I say, use these moderately as well. Don't overuse them. Use it to the right extent, using the right amount. So other foods that are like on part of the model, but like there are sections sort of, is like your crisps, your chocolate, things like that, your sweets. These are types of foods which are less often, and I think you should eat them less often and in smaller amounts, because if you start to eat these and you start to get them regularly in high quantities, then you start to put the weight on, and the healthy eating just goes out the window. And that's not what you want. You want to keep a healthy, balanced diet by eating your fruit, your veg, your proteins, and all that. So I would recommend to not eat these as often, as with NHS as well. That's why, obviously, on that model. So also, keeping that healthy diet as well is also the water consumption as well. 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. That's what you want to be going for. But if you're going for your smoothies or your sugary drinks, such as your energy drinks, etc., don't have more than 150 milliliters maximum, because that's when your teeth start to go right and they go horrible, and you don't want that to happen. And also, the sugar contents of that drink as well might be high, so that links in with the junk food, your chocolate and sweets. So keep that on the low. Don't drink as much as that. Yeah, and keep that healthiness. So this is another model, and this is a sports and nutritional model. So in order for this model to work though, you'd already need a balanced diet. So you'd have your fruit and your veg, your good stuff, your proteins and that. And this is just because having an unbalanced diet, it causes immunity, which leads to skin irritation, etc., stuff like that, and it's not good for your skin. And there is certain considerations that took place. Consider the micronutrient requirements for competitive in considerations such as timing of the food and the fluid consumption and the training exertion around competition. So you've got to be wary of that as well. So it's mainly just for people who are having that balanced diet already, and that's basically the sports nutrition model. Here is my reference list, and thank you for listening to this presentation.